What's this? A different resolution?
That's because now I'm playing the NES version of my Wii emulator. Specific. That's because.
You cheated.
Hey, Dwibs. Okay. Try this stage if you're so great.
So, what specific cheat have you activated in order to beat this stage?
Invincibility on Game Genie. Basically, it makes it so that the ball doesn't kill me.
You're glitching.
Yes, the cheat has a side effect of glitching the sprite, but who cares? So at least means I can complete this level. Anyway,
So
okay. Notice how in every turn... Notice how there's always this line in every turn, right?
Yeah.
You have to change to the D-pad to the specific direction. Like, for example, right now I'm supposed to change to left now. You have to change when the wheel touches that particular line. If you're even a decimal of a second too late or too early, the thing will slow down depending on how late or early it was. So, like I said, and the problem is that the ball. As you can see, the ball is way faster than me, which means, of course,
passing you.
Yeah, the ball is very fast, and the only way to put this is between you and this ball is to get pixel perfect timing in the corners. Because when you are in a long straightaway, there's no way to increase your speed away from it. So you're gonna have to. So if you missed any turns, it's gonna kill you eventually at some point. Which
This part is just balls.
It's kind of hard to explain if you're not playing, but trust me, anything less than perfect mastery will kill you. It's that simple.
And even then, look at that. The ball pretty much surpassed you plenty of times. Oh.
No, every time there's a boss, you see that animation of the toad.
And you have to fight the ball now.
Yes,
okay.
the ball is also. And by the way, did I mention that there's no checkpoints whatsoever before the boss battle? Meaning you have to do this entire race on one go.
So let me get this straight. Now you can actually hit the ball, even though before touching the ball was instant death.
Battletoads.
Also, I actually checked, Pedro, a couple of videos. Apparently, the boss of the previous stage, Rat Race, you could actually hurt him from the front using the ram attack.
I know that.
No, but you only thought you could hit him from behind.
And actually, no, I never said that I could only hit him from behind.
Well, in the video you did that.
Well, if I hit him only from behind, I assure it wasn't on purpose. Like I never said that we could only hit him from behind. You can hit him from the front, yes.
Whatever. The point is, boss still bullshit.
So let's see. So I'm guessing with the invincibility, you didn't even have to time the turns at the right point. Welcome to the revolution, battle jerks. This is where you lose your heads.
Well, it's one small step for a toad, one giant leap for toad kind. Go for it. It's level 2. Alright, the final level, the revolution. You know what they call it revolution? Because it revolves.
It's going around, therefore it revolves. Let's call it.
Alright, mercifully, this level is not as hard as the previous one.
But it's the final level. It should be the hardest one.
No, Dwibs, I assure you, it cannot possibly get any harder than Klinger Winger.
It's a bit confusing showing what's moving and what's not, actually.
Anyway, the point is, I'm still doing the. There's going to be a lot of save state saving in this level, by the way, because.
Thought you had invincibility turned on.
I do, but there's also the problem, Jova, that this also suffers from Contra syndrome. Yeah.
As in, you're bouncing in an endless loop.
Invincibility won't save you.
Yeah, invincibility won't save me because the game has the Contra syndrome of not allowing me to fall back down. So basically, if when I'm in one of these platforming sections, don't fall, otherwise you'll die.
It's like Jova in Shovel Knight. I think the first part of the Enchantress Tower. Even if you have the invincibility code, still squish you. Yeah. That happened.
Hey, at least the frog gets to enjoy the rest of his days bouncing around merrily.
I guess you need to see things with positivity.
The way it works is you're supposed to always keep jumping in the platforms until the platform just starts clinging. So basically, just do what I'm doing right now. Just keep jumping and just fucking hell! It's because of the it's the control. It's the controls. The controls are not the best. Trust me.
Yeah, I can see
they're a bit slippery. I know that they're toads, but that doesn't mean you should make them slippery.
But it's Pedro, it adds to the realism.
Yeah, the realism of a game where you're fucking
A cartoony toad, yeah.
not just that, too. The amount of weird ass shit that you run into when playing this game.
And again, reminder, apparently these frogs and toads aren't good with water.
Actually, they are. They can swim.
No, what I mean is like, well, wait, hold on, but most levels water kills you.
Again, Jova, this is Battletoads, where things will kill you as or will not kill you depending on the convenience of the game designer.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that different game designers did different levels.
Yeah, I am absolutely convinced to say that was it, because there's no way the same person made the whole thing, because, look, I mean, seriously, every single stage has its own philosophy of game design.
This game is like a big, gigantic practical joke where the developers took turns deciding what the levels should be like, extracting like in a lottery or something.
Hello,
so the
fellow
next level
Rary.
is gonna handle be bye.
Sounds like a Frankenstein of video games.
Hello, fellow Rare employees. Today we need to decide what the third level of the game's going to be. The first one was a platformer, the second one was a beat 'em up. What should we do today, guys?
Let's make it
I'll
a
pick it.
place
You
that
shut
forces
up.
the player to speed up.
I didn't speak to you yet. I am picking one at random by putting my hand in front of my eyes and pointing at someone at complete random you.
So
Wow.
yeah, actually,
Well, I think we could actually make it a snake-themed level. One that has to do proximity, immediate
What the hell?
timing.
You're fired.
yeah, that's probably also how Sonic Adventure got designed as well. Okay, well, what genre can we put in next?
Fishing.
I'll give Sonic Adventure this. The only genre that really was out there for me in that game was fishing. Everything else at least still felt like it had
I
enough
honestly think Jova, well, even if I really hated it too, I could see it because weren't like in those years that Sega Bass Fishing was a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So probably Sega wanted some small advertisement to the kiddies of the Sonic fan base.
I get that. I'm just saying it's like, well, I mean, I feel like, well, Big's gameplay style was the only one that really felt, okay, what the heck are you doing in the Sonic game? Because the other game styles at least had
You're
like,
literally hitting him!
Are you being attacked by a flying heart?
Yes.
it's,
Don't bother, Dwibs. The bother, Dwibs. A lot of drug consumption was used in the making of this game.
No,
I can imagine
no.
what kind.
No.
I mean, unfortunately, it
that's
can't
the usual
be.
excuse, but they must have known. They must have known what
I
they were
actually
making
wonder,
here.
did Nintendo Power ever talked about this game?
They did, of course. This game was pretty popular back in the day.
I don't think it's pot though, because I think pot's illegal.
It wasn't popular. Of course, it was nowhere near the popularity of Donkey Kong Country. That was definitely the game that put Rare on the map. But this was the first time they got noticed.
I actually wonder if someone wanted to try the making a photo and uploading the high score thing that Nintendo Power used to add for these games.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Fucking
God
hell.
damn it.
Fucking... Yeah.
I'm
You may as well have remade this
here's the
game.
thing. The rotation thing makes you look like that you hit stuff while you're not hitting them. It's like in Light Crusader all over again.
It's like,
Except that Crusader was much more fun than this.
And merciful.
So yeah, now you're being attacked by human hearts and.
Honestly, the dreams where you just look like manta rays that puffs on you.
Like I said in the previous part, this game...
Clouds.
Light Crusader, despite its problems, was still incredibly charming because of its ridiculousness and stuff like that. This game does have charm with the aesthetics and the music and the overall creativity of it, but all that charm is buried deep within the bullshit of difficulty that plagues it. Ugh.
Here we go.
And now, on today's episode of Battletoads Get Fit, Froggy here runs around and around.
Oh, he's
and
alive
around.
still.
It's because of my invincibility code.
So you'd be stuck in limbo, sort of.
Type it, Whips.
There we go. And now I have to wait till... Ah!
Wait till Ag.
Yes. All right,
They should have just renamed the game that, because that'll fit the reactions of the player. Because we have to try to sell it that way. Welcome to a brand new game from Rare. It's called ARG!
Only pain awaits you.
How many levels? I need a quote. How many levels are in this
12.
12 levels of insane, random, awesome action, featuring a platforming level, a rat race, a spinning thing, and most infamously of all...
Win. Oh, for fuck's sake.
What's that level you hate the most, Jova?
Actually, the movie they hate most is Rat Race. I think you're probably thinking of mine, Klinger Winger.
Klinger Winger, a level where stuff happens. I don't know.
You're racing a ball.
Just buy our game, damn it. We need Red needs to feed their families.
Jesus.
ARG coming 1990.
Please,
That sounds like a pirate game. The way you said that, ARG.
Sea of Thieves, maybe.
I wonder how that
if
game
Microsoft will
is.
talk about
It's
it.
amazing. Well, it's interesting. Every single person that I've heard talk about that game is so completely unenthused about it because they always say, "Eh, it looks." They always go, "Eh, it looks okay, I guess," but I don't really care.
Has anyone? Okay, what about people who have played it?
The people who played it, I've heard some people who played it say like, "Yeah, it's fine," but I can't really see myself going out of my way to play it.
That's a shame because from what I hear in one of the documentaries, it was Rare's big dream to make a pirate game.
Yeah, the problem is that, like I said from Greg Mails, I still at this point probably all of the talented people at Rare probably have gone by this point.
Talk about a monkey's paw wish. Rare finally gets its wish, but most of the people who wanted it aren't on Rare at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Go figure.
So yeah, this level goes on for fucking ever.
Yeah, the tower is really high.
So even with invincibility, Pedro dies a lot here.
No, it's because of the slippery controls. I mean, this precision platforming is fine, but god damn it, these controls.
Invincibility can only get you so far.
Ah.
By the platformer.
And here I was afraid that we wouldn't get many deaths because of the invincibility cheat.
Would you guys want me to tell you a story to help take your mind off this?
Does it involve frogs?
Maybe.
Okay.
Once upon a time, there was in the early 90s, there was a boy named Pedro. He enjoyed a marvelous childhood of playing games like Sonic the Hedgehog, Super Mario Brothers, but unfortunately he had a bad habit of constantly screaming ARG every 5 minutes. So in order to try and curb that habit, he decided to play a game that was apparently infamously hard named Battletoads. Needless to say, he managed to get his ARGs spewed out much more frequently, and thus his condition was cured.
Are you sure that cured this condition?
Hold on, Des, I have to explain this. Basically, that particular cloud blows you out of the level and kills you in one hit. So you're supposed to grab into these poles here.
Okay.
Anyway, unfortunately, this caused Pedro to evolve into
Agumon?
Mega Pedro, I don't know.
Yeah. It caused him to evolve into Agumon, where he lived out the rest of his days in the digital world. The end.
This level is still going, by the way.
That's bullshit.
By the way, guys, so what do you think of my story?
5 out of 10, it was okay.
I'd give it about a 7 out of 10.
These platforms are so bullshit, even more so than Mega Man.
There we go.
Come on.
Here.
Even that last bit of music was mocking you.
Not as much as there is a specific track with in the first in Secret of Mana, the SNES game, where it's a boss game and it sounds like it's deliberately mocking you.
I can see now. I can see why. Well, actually, no.
There we go.
Ignore me.
Notice, notice, you only have one chance to get up on that pole. If you fail, that thing will blow you out of the level and kill you. You have to start all over.
Not just that, from what I've seen, those poles do not stay up that much up until when you grab them.
Don't worry, boss. I'll get there eventually.
Psychedelic.
So there you go. This is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to grab onto the pole and then wait for this random platform that never doesn't show up until you get here.
Of course, even in the previous level, they've shown. For fuck's sake, they've shown sprite trickery like this.
I was actually surprised you didn't save while you were hanging on the pole.
Sprite flickering was very common in this era.
Yeah, but Jova, Steve's coming is one thing, but exaggerating on it may be annoying.
Even Mighty
surprised because he's been doing it a lot.
Even Mega Man 9 and 10 had a special option to enable sprite flickering to further accentuate the NES experience.
So as long as you're hanging onto those poles, that guy can't blow you at all.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Ah!
Oh God.
So if you lose both of those poles, you're pretty much trapped there.
Pretty much.
That's extra statistics. Things like that kind of forces
that's
the player
fair.
to reset.
It's Battletoads. Get it right the first time or you die.
No. Dying's one thing, but this suggests that you'd be stuck there unless the head comes down and just gives you a mercy killing.
Well, actually no, Joe. Remember, the only reason I'm surviving these falls is because of my invincibility cheat.
Otherwise, remember Contra Syndrome. Otherwise, he will be dead. Come on.
Yeah, instead of being dead, you're just stuck there for eternity, which forces you to reset.
Which is why I had to use a lot of
states.
yeah.
Save stating, yeah.
To paraphrase something from American Pie, as Finch would say, "God bless save states." Ah!
Oh.
Have you ever seen American Pie too?
I think only the first one.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite lines in that movie, when they're watching the girl take off her clothes via the webcam, and one of them guys goes, "God bless the internet." If I think about it, yeah, maybe I can probably pick then that as my next movie pick. Might as well.
Wasn't Yuri also an American Pie fan, though?
I'm pretty sure that's a male-only movie.
I'll ask.
She's seen it as well.
I'll ask her on Twitter.
Sure. Maybe my sausage pick will actually be a Scrum Generations commentary of one of our oldest movie commentaries.
Depends, Jova. We still need to see also if there are new people around enough. Anyway,
What do you mean?
Are we there yet?
No.
You mean the commentary if the team will be new? Oh yes, Theo. It's a commentary that originally didn't include you.
Yeah.
Maleficent.
That's
joy.
Goodie.
But still, god damn it, this fucking tower.
It goes on forever. And remind everybody, if you die, there's no checkpoints. You go back to the beginning of the fucking stage. So you have to do this entire thing on one go.
Hey, that reminds me of Mighty Number 9's Mighty Number 8 stage that had no checkpoints.
But at least that level was relatively short.
But that you see, Jova, it's a throwback to Battletoads.
Clearly. Oh god.
It's kind of like Dragon Ball Evolution, which manages to which draws from Lord of the Rings and other stuff like that, and it basically draws from a shit ton of things except Dragon Ball.
So I can just imagine the millions of people that have probably died from doing drinking games of take a.
I fell on it. I fucking fell on top of that thing. You saw that. I've got it on footage. I do. Look. Okay, what difference was that from the previous time?
Andrew's rage is genuine.
I need a break.
Alright, break time's over.
But at least the video is almost over, so it must mean that you were almost at the top.
Yes.
Who knows?
I wonder actually how the is she called like the Dark Queen?
Dark Queen, yeah.
will put up for a fight.
She's actually not that hard of a boss battle. No, there's definitely harder bosses in this game than her. It's as long as you can. There you go.
What the fuck?
No, that's the signifying thing that the checkpoint.
Oh. Wow, terrible sprite.
And watch my evil dance of...
Which becomes a...
Basically, too, as long as you don't touch her while she's spinning, you're fine. So it's not really that hard, as you can see.
Spin to win.
Spin to win. Spin
So yeah,
to
just
win,
beat the crap
spin
out,
to
just beat the crap out of her until she dies.
Also,
Wow.
in the background, I can see the Sonic 1 special stage going on.
You spin me right around, baby, right around like a video game that drives you insane.
Alright. Almost
God
done.
I think we have been doing quite a few
Just
spinning
die
on this.
already, bitch.
We're almost done, guys. Almost done. After this, we can get to move on to the much better arcade version.
She in the arcade version.
I'm sorry, what?
Is the Dark Queen in the arcade version?
Yes, she is.
So is the
Usually,
arcade
the
version like a
plot
boss
is,
rush?
The plot of
The plot of the arcade version is
generally the same.
well, more or less. The arcade version is more episodic in nature rather than.
True. It feels
So-
like that cartoon that was never made aside from the pilot.
Yeah. There we
There
go.
we go.
Oh, I wonder if she can hurt you with that final death.
No, she can't.
Oh, except not.
So she's got more. Phase 2?
Oh.
What? I lost? This can't be. I'm the Dark Queen. It is wrong. As the dark is stronger than light. I hate you, Battletoads.
And she goes away. And we just say the
Yay.
princess.
And our comrade, the one who got captured.
Waydigo, Toads! The big guy's back, and the princess is saved.
The reminder that this is a 90s game. All that slang, I miss it.
Yeah.
There we go.
By the way, did I mention
So-
that there's no credits in this game, by the way?
Wait, what?
The game just ends, as you're about to see.
It doesn't have credits.
So...
I guess Rare didn't want people to trace them.
And so the Dark Queen is defeated once again, retreating into the shadowy margins of the galaxy to recoup her losses. Until the next time for a sequel that never got made.
Yeah, actually, it never got. Why was a sequel never made? You might go, didn't this game sell relatively
Take a wild
well?
guess, Drova.
Well, okay, aside from the obvious, I mean, remember standards back then, didn't this game sell relatively well?
Well, my guess is Rare wanted to move on.
The way
Then why
it's
did they make the
best.
sequel hook then?
Or maybe just being the spirit of the game, this is just a trollish thing.
Anyway, that was Battletoads on the NES. It has very appealing art design. I really like
And
it, and it does have a lot of creativity with the various amount of levels that you go through. And the music by David Wise is really good. But all of that good stuff is buried under the amount of shit that is the fucking gameplay. The controls are slippery, and the level design is literally custom made to piss you off to no end. Yeah. So yeah, this game could have been a great platformer if Rare bothered to fucking create a difficulty curve for this thing.
hey, not only that, it could have also been a great racer if they maybe focused on that instead, or it could have been a great beat 'em up if they did that instead, or it could have been a good puzzle platformer. Yeah.
It's terrible. It's a game that could have been really great. Could have been an NES classic, but whoever designed this, whoever was in charge of the level and gameplay and difficulty design, needs to be fucking fired. Or by this point probably by this point probably they were. So I guess that, well, actually I think the creator of this is now working at Platonic, so I guess technically he did quit rather than being fired. Whatever. The point is, this game could have been great, but unfortunately the gameplay completely destroys whatever goodwill there could be towards the game. It's an incredibly frustrating. It's way too frustrating to be fun. Way too frustrating. And for all the wrong reasons. It's a terrible game. Sorry. Moving on. Go ahead, Teo.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much what you said, Pedro. I mean, god damn it. I mean, it's really clear also to me that this game was made specifically. It is not just to extend the length, but also to be popular in a sense that people would have talked about it one way or the other. Pretty much a free publicity, no matter what it was. So I could see behind that, but still, it's not a good enough justification for the game to be this ball kicking to you. So no, it's not getting a free pass on me. I'm exactly in the same opinion as Pedro. Moving on, Leaves. There we go, Jova.
Yeah, speaking as a guy who even sometimes likes tough games, this one crosses the line of acceptability.
Oh, come on, Java. This game fucking ignored the line completely.
Well, I mean, the first level seemed like they had some semblance of the line.
Yeah, but then level 3 happened and the line was fucking erased from existence.
Yeah, this game... Good lord. This game is only for those who want the bragging rights. And even still, look, it says something when nowadays this game is released in a form where you can rewind and practically save state your way. Like, seriously, that says a lot. I mean, yeah, sure, cheats are a thing in many games, but trust me, this is one of those games that may actually need the cheats for it to be enjoyable.
That's why Rare Replay gives you both infinite lives and the rewind option, because the game is pretty much unplayable without those.
And yet even with those, Klingerlinger... I don't know how I beat this. There's a good reason I don't remember it well, because, well, I wanted to forget about that. I mean, and it's a shame, because there does seem to be a potential... Okay, yeah, but talking about the actual story, there does seem to be some potential, despite the fact of it being the usual typical save the princess from evil. But, well, let's just say that potential got screwed over by the messed up pilot too, so let's just say Battletoads, while definitely iconic and memorable for all the wrong reasons, infamous. To the point where it's almost surprising that it's a good thing they're in Shovel Knight. Okay, then I think we can all agree that this game broke a few people's souls back in the day.
A few. Anyway, go ahead, Pedro.
Actually, I already voiced my final thoughts.
Now I know how to segue.
Oh, well, basically, the only way that could make this worse is if they pulled a Pumpkinhead's Revenge and have the ending be literally a cutscene of one of the toads with wearing tennis shoes and just dancing. Here's your reward. Fuck you. Anyway, yeah, that was.
So it's like a certain game I heard Jova and Violin Hearts discuss.
Anyway, yeah, that was Battletoads for the original NES version. We're not gonna do the Mega Drive version since that's just basically the NES version with 16-bit graphics, so whatever. Next, we're gonna move on to the arcade version, so look forward to that.
And then after that, we'll commentate on the pilot.
Yay!
Yay! See ya.
Yay.